So let's put things all into perspective, shall we? Yes, I'm right about everything. Yes, my timing was masterful. It was effective. And yes, I've thoroughly played them out. Yes, they failed to beat me, and they failed to win a debate against me. Yet they expect you to listen to them and what they have to say, instead of the guy who has easily defeated them in a matter of minutes in both cases. After all these years, 7 years on YouTube alone, and not a single time have they ever won an argument against me. I mean, how ridiculous is that? 7 fucking years. You know? 2 years, 1 month, 3 days for my top martial artist challenge. 7 fucking years of making videos. I've completely destroyed the opposition view, you know, and I could have done it with both hands tied behind my back. Because I am a great man. And these cowards doing little bitch shit like messing up my haircut. You know, I mean, think about that. Think about the relevance. How they've caused me minor hair loss, and they've messed up my haircut on purpose to try to play me out. I mean, it proves beyond any doubt to any rational mind that these side effects aren't just, you know, tragic side effects of medication. They're part of playing out the people who take these quote-unquote medications, really drugs. Okay? It's for the purpose of eugenics. Those who are not killed with the drugs are stigmatized as mentally ill and taking drugs so they don't act crazy. And they suffer disgusting side effects. Sometimes gas, loss of coordination, slurred speech, inappropriate laughter, hostility, on record. On record. Major psych meds have these. These are some of the most common side effects among major psych meds. Some of them occur as much on record as 20% of the time. So, if and almost nobody suffers no side effects. They're going to suffer some side effect that plays them out in a very embarrassing manner. Okay, hair loss. Okay, imagine you have gas and hair loss and slurred speech, and you act aggressive and incoherent speech. Losing your train of thought and all kinds of fucked up stuff. Right? Sexual side effects. You're going to have trouble finding a date. You're going to have trouble keeping a relationship, and you are much less likely to reproduce as a result. Now, you think you live in a world where people are compassionate and they'll say, "Oh, poor guy," and have pity sex with the person? That's a good fucking joke right there. That's a good joke. What will happen is some unattractive females who are willing to put up with some of this stuff because they're kind of disgusting themselves anyway, will prey on these poor guys who've been targeted by psychiatry. We know that society is not compassionate in general because there's 65 million preventable deaths every year. And who else do you ever hear talking about it but me? Who else? It's like nobody even talks about it. Of course they're not compassionate. Of course it's fucking eugenics, you dummies. That's like I fucking hit you with a baseball bat over the fucking head and you die. And before I say I'm going to fucking kill you, I hit you with a baseball bat. Just because it's unconventional, just because it's not typically how somebody tries to kill somebody else, doesn't mean that it's not fucking murder. I stab you in the fucking eye with a fucking, I say I'm going to kill you with this fucking letter opener, okay? And then I stab you in the fucking eye with it, and you fucking fall over fucking dead. It punches all the way to your fucking brain. It's in the perfect angle. Fall over dead. That's not murder. Murder happens when somebody hits somebody with a car in purpose, or shoots them, or, stabs them to death, with a regular knife, not with a letter open. No, it's murder. It's just this double think, this liberal nonsense. Look, they have a certain eugenics agenda. They own these companies, and they're on record eugenicist trash. The health department, eugenicist scum. You know, Cass Sunstein when he was in charge, eugenicist scum. Bill Gates and his father Gates, Planned Parenthood, population control, eugenics. They don't just happen to be from a long line of eugenicists and just happen to think the same way as them, but they're not doing eugenics, even though it just happens to fall in line exactly with what eugenics wants, the result of what they're doing. They're philanthropy. You know, it's fucking eugenics. You fucking idiots. I've been studying this for years and years. This is textbook fucking eugenics. Fucking idiots. You know, and you see it in front of your very eyes. You see me explaining to you, and I'm your fucking example. You see how they try to play me out. It's fucking nuts. You see how they've socially sabotaged me. They sabotaged my social life. They sabotaged my love life to the point where I took an oath because they made females even more unbearable than they were before they started running a psych op on me. It's in your face. They're eugenicist dogs. Women are whores, and when women are traitors to God, and when you run a psych op on somebody, generally speaking, and when you run a psych op on somebody, you know, they go from fucking being hard to get what you deserve to being damn near impossible. You know, when you are taking psychiatric medication, quote unquote, women go from hard to get to damn near impossible. You ever see those movies where the weird kid will try to get the pretty girl in the movie? And you ever think to yourself, well, you know, wow, this would never happen in real life. You know, that goofy motherfucker in this movie, if this was real life, that you know, that popular girl that he ends up getting at the end of the movie would never date him. That's what it is. You know, they make you that goofy motherfucker when you deserve that fine, popular girl, if you will, if that's what you want, but that attractive girl in the movie. They make you that goofy motherfucker, except for this is real life, not the movies. And some people come to the conclusion that I do. That fuck that, I'm not going to settle because women are too stupid to see that I'm right. And society's too fucking cowardly to stand with me. I'm not going to settle. The fuck I look like. Some of them have the honor to come to the conclusion that I do, which means it feeds into the eugenics agenda. You know, and feminists, you know, it's win-win for them because they're eugenicists who talk about don't fat shame, don't slut shame. So whether you turn to a prostitute slut or a stripper slut, they're like, oh, you know, you're helping our slut for allies. Whether you turn to a fat heifer, they say, well, you're helping our fat allies. Whether you don't have sex at all, they're like, well, you're helping our eugenics allies and us. You know, our eugenicist allies. I mean, come on. You know, this is politics. When something major like that happens, it was planned that way. There are almost no accidents or coincidences in politics. In politics, things don't just magically fall into place. They are painstakingly planned. Yeah, the people who are the figureheads of the government are fucking incompetent, but the think tanks behind them, these are Ivy League school, National Merit Scholar type motherfuckers. Do you really think the advisors and the think tanks behind the government are a bunch of incompetent idiots just because most of you are? Use your fucking heads. It was painstakingly planned in the long fucking term for that effect. For effect. Cause and effect. Input, output. I just wanted to add to what I said earlier, it's a win-win situation for them. Either you go to a prostitute, stripper, you know, the slut allies, unattractive fat heifer, don't fat shame, fat allies, or you go to, you know, you don't breed. Also, there's the queer allies, the LGBT allies of the feminists. Some of these people decide to be gay because they hate women when they see that I'm right. You know, they see that people like me are right about women. They end up hating women and turning into queers. So, you know, that's another win for them, and that feeds into eugenics. It also feeds into the gay agenda.